Welcome in Virgo. This is your May monthly reading. I had to readjust all my crystals on my table here. A little discombobulated. Very interesting. Are you feeling a little discombobulated, Virgo? We'll see. Yeah, so how's everyone doing? Big month. Big month. We have Pluto retrograde already. I'm recording this on the 6th of May. We have full moon in Scorpio coming up next Monday, the 12th, and the new moon in Gemini on the 26th. A lot of, noticing a lot of energy around communication. As I was just glancing at my calendar, a lot of Mercury, energy, transits, sextiles, this and that. It's not really not huge, but it kind of stuck out to me. So we'll see what wants to come through for you this morning for Virgo. Now we have, with Pluto retrograde, we're no longer in that little bit of a fast forward momentum. Things are going to start settling down. Now, my goodness, can you see all this? What a mess. What a mess, Virgo. What's going on? What is going on, Virgo? What a mess. I've got building blocks and deep knowing coming out. Let's see, get some more information here. I think it's time to go from whatever situation has felt like a mountain to climb. It's time to go. You've done all you could to build a very firm foundation, but I feel like the feeling that I'm picking up is like everyone, whoever is in the situation with you, everyone just kind of like piled on. Virgo built the foundation, they piled on. Virgo kept going, built the foundation, they kept piling on. I kind of want to say that there's someone or a group of someone's around you taking advantage of you, and you've had this really deep knowing, this guttural instinct that's been telling you to stop building the foundation for others and start building it for yourself, which is what you thought you were doing, I'm feeling. But I don't think you I don't think you thought for one moment that those people around you would just assume that you would continue to keep things steady and stable for them. Did that come out right? So I just kind of lost something there, and I don't know if that channeled through correctly. I'm going to trust that it did. But I'm feeling you've built this foundation so firm, so strong, so stable, and so high for everyone. It's almost like now from that vantage point, you can see, oh my gosh, look at all these people. They're just taking advantage of me. They're just taking my energy. They're just not taking responsibility for themselves. They're assuming that I'm going to keep doing this for them. And I think you're understanding it's time for you to stop doing whatever you've been doing. Let's get some more information. There's a lot out of those two cards right there, but yeah, time to go, poised. I feel like you're really ready for a new life. You've been seeing this coming because of that vantage point that you gained through this process. I also feel like I can say that you've been building yourself up very nicely. although I'm not quite sure you can see that yet, Virgo, all right? Yeah, I think you're definitely leaving one situation and moving into something else. I feel like the situation you're leaving may have felt okay, but that's just it. It was just okay, right? I will apologize for the shaking of the camera. I have my device on my table instead of on my tripod today. So let's see for Virgo. For Virgo, please, for May. Ooh, yeah. It is time to go. It's time to face some fears. I feel like you may there may be a bit of trepidation is the word that I'm getting about stopping whatever it is that you've been doing for others because of the backlash. And I want to say I feel like there might even be a little bit of fear over putting yourself first, Virgo. I get that. I seriously get that. But it's time, I feel like, and I definitely feel like with this deep knowing card and this Wheel of Fortune, I feel like you know it on such a deep level. Your gut is just like maybe even tore up about it, maybe even having some solar plexus and sacral issues because um, the digestive system might be off because it's that guttural. You have been told and given signs by the universe and your guides for, if not months, if not years, months, weeks, days. I feel like this has been going on for a very long time though with this Wheel of Fortune. It just feels like it's interesting because I know this is Jupiter energy. I'm getting Saturn energy, the longevity of something, how it kind of just dragged out because it was waiting for you to see the lesson in it for yourself. But now the universe is saying, TikTok, you've got a soul contract to fulfill here, Virgo, and it's it's now or never, and it's time to start facing those fears. We got the full moon, like I said, on Monday, which is 6 days away here. Full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is about death and rebirth. It's the Pluto energy, so it's about facing those fears and letting that crumble. Oh, hello there. you know for those of you who are new, I have an ostomy. She's talking right now, so she's agreeing with Virgo's message because she's not always talkative. I am so sorry. I can't control her. She's just like, yep, that's right. Your opportunity here is to put yourself first. I love the King of Pentacles coming out for you, Virgo. That's Earth energy. I love that. Time to put you first. Oh, I can't stop smiling. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know what, Virgo? I'm going to take Rosie. Rosie is the name of my ostomy. I'm going to take her advice and I'm going to say to you, start speaking up. Start making some noise because just start rattling some cages. Your own cage. You have built this wall around this situation because please, I am not bashing anyone. It's what you thought was what you needed to do. I don't know, maybe this is where you fell into a traditional role of being a mom or being a dad or whatever role that you play. You just fell into a role because that's what your parents did, or your mother or your father or somebody did. And now that you're at a new height, you're just like, wait a minute. Now you can see how it's all playing out. It's like that's how I want to live my life. How am I doing them any good by doing everything for them and not doing anything for myself? I'm I'm exhausted at night. I don't have time to meditate. I don't have time for myself. But now Spirit is saying, now it's time to put you first. No more putting baby in a corner. No more putting Virgo on the back burner. This starts with you, Virgo. It starts with you. No more putting yourself on the back burner and saying, that's okay. It's fine. It's not fine. Okay? And I know shifting out of that role that has been ingrained in you, it could even be just something with like really ingrained in your DNA, and you're shifting out of that. It's a belief system. It's a pattern. It could be something inherited, but it's not who you are, and it's not who you're meant to be or who you're becoming, and it's certainly something that does not define you. Oof, somebody needed to hear that. How'd we get here? Whoop, hello there. Well, I'm going to start with this one here. Yeah, how you just wanted to please everyone is what I'm getting from that. What is, oh, wait, Spirit wants that one left out. What's on your mind, Virgo? Yeah, moving away from that. How do I get out of this and save my inner peace? How do I get to inner peace? What's on your mind could be who's going with me. There may be some people that may be needing to be left behind. However that plays out for you. Recent past was, I feel like Spirit's brought this to you multiple times, Virgo, and you're like, nah. Nah. You kind of like sat on the fence with it. When does this want to come out, Spirit? Okay. Energy that's coming in for you. King of Cups. I'm just getting big self-care, self-nurturance with this. Opening your heart up to yourself. Wow. How do you see yourself, Virgo? You feel it, don't you? You feel this rebirth going on. Judgment, resurrection, second chance. Rebirth is just the biggest word I'm seeing in my mind's eye. It's like flashing like a neon sign here. Definitely. You're seeing the lessons in all of this. I'm loving this reading for you, Virgo. How do others view Virgo? Ooh. I've got one word, but both sides of the coin coming out. I heard untouchable. In one sense, I'm hearing that people are viewing, they're seeing that you're on a journey, that you're changing, and that you're a lot more introspective and becoming, or at least not becoming, but just at least showing your wisdom. The other side of it is untouchable because of their perception of it. And it's not a nice perception of it. The shadow side of this is what I'm getting for how people are viewing you is very selfish, very self-absorbed. That's interesting, isn't it? Consider that for a moment. These are people who have relied on you to build their foundation for them. They've relied on you to cook all their meals, to pick out their clothes, to do their shopping, to do pay their bills, whatever it is. I'm getting family here, but this could be a role that you're in a business, in a corporation. These are people who, they're the ones who are self-absorbed because they're all about me. Me, 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 me. Let Virgo do for me. You get what I'm saying? They're not taking responsibility. So for them to look at you, that's going to change very quickly, Spirit is saying. They're going to have to sugar get off the pot here because you're not taking them with you. Number one, you're not taking that old behavior with you, and you're certainly not going to allow how you're handling this, how you will be handling this. It is the most gentlest, purest way you can move through this pattern, this energy. But because of the shadow side that I'm seeing, how they're seeing you is very selfish. It's very petty. I kind of want to put a little asterisk there, just as a forewarning, a heads up. If you're not seeing it already, there are some of those around you who you do for, who are going to be like, I'm so proud of Virgo. He or she is, really putting themselves first. They're growing, they're evolving. Good for them. Then, and they're like, okay, now I've got to do this myself. I'm okay with that. Then there are going to be those around you who are like, how selfish of Virgo. They've always done this or that for me. How selfish of them. And they don't even hear what they're saying. They don't even hear how they sound. It's funny, but I can feel in the energy coming. There could be a little bit of friction. So stay in your higher power, stay in your knowing, Virgo. You are evolving. I'm hearing you're going places, Virgo. Oh, I like that. You're going places. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, and you're taking very little with you. You're taking all the wisdom, all the lessons you learned, because it's like once bitten, twice shy kind of energy. You're certain that you will never allow yourself to be in that situation again. What is coming into alignment for Virgo? What is the universe bringing in long term from this situation? Well, I saw it. Endings, a lot of them. A lot of endings to some old beliefs that you had. Like I said, you could have been doing this, building others up, doing for others because it's just what you saw. It's what you were told your role was in this world, and it's done. A lot of patterns, a lot of mindsets, a lot of relationships, a lot of friendships. There, there's I feel like moving forward for the next like at least 3 months, there's going to be a lot of cleanup here, or at least by the end of the year, you're going to move through a big cleanup in your life. Within the next 3 months, approximately, there's going to be a lot ending. So I do want to say you're going to be okay because you have already built yourself a very firm foundation. But the thing is, it's underneath everything that you've built for everyone else. So all of these old bricks have got to come down so you can find your foundation. And if it needs to be shored up, if it needs to be adjusted, you have the opportunity to do that. And you would do that from a space of healing, a space of self-love, self-care, self-nurturance, right? Open-heartedness. Got Spirit's advice for Virgo. You know, right now, I don't feel like I'm going to have to clarify anything. That's short and sweet. Well, not really short, but guidance for Virgo. Take care of yourself. Take some time out to take care of you. Healing, meditation. Find, for someone in particular, I'm hearing, find sanctuary in your church. Whatever your church is. Your church could be right here in your heart, or it could be, you know, a church family. Could be church family that you're moving away from. Just saying, done that before myself. Left the church. But Jesus went with me, right? If that's you, Virgo, I can see that here. I can see someone leaving traditional religion to find the so much more that's out there. You know, I sat in a Catholic church growing up and slept a lot of times, but I always heard, and I asked my mom, do you hear that? I asked my sister and brother. Nobody ever heard what I was hearing. I kept hearing, there's so much more, Mary Jo. And it was always a whisper. So I was like, what is that? You know, and I agreed to have a family that didn't see me as a seer that I was. So I could start seeing myself as I grew older, and it took me nearly, almost 60 years to do that. But hey, I didn't give up though. But it wasn't until, so I was born in 66. Think about that. From 66, well, I would say when I first started hearing it, I was probably 3, 4, around that age where I started hearing, there's so much more, Mary Jo, there's so much more. And then 2013, the last time I walked into a church for a service. And it was not a whisper. It was like, get your ass out of that pew and walk out. There's so much more. It was so loud. It reverberated. And I looked around and nobody else moved. Nobody else heard it but me. It was my own message. What I discovered since 2013 is just because I left the church didn't mean God left me. Didn't mean Jesus left me. They're right here. Right here. Right here. I just had to learn to open my heart to it. I kind of lost where I was going with Spirit's message, but I know they know where they were going with it, so I hope it all came out. Just, I love how the channeling works, but that sometimes Mary Jo gets in there and kind of veers me off course. And but you are in search of more, and you're being given a new opportunity, a second chance to find that more. The more within you, the more within the universe, the all that is. You're on your spiritual path. So like I said, if you're the one, if this is your story where you even if you were in the church, you could have been an elder in the church. You could have been part of the church board. Or a women's group or a men's group or something, and you realize that people weren't doing for themselves. They were just looking to you to do everything for them and to tell you how it was. And all along, you're on this journey where God and Jesus are speaking to you, saying, "You've got to find a different way." And because there are multiple other ways to maneuver this, but only one way through the heart, only one way to heaven, right? Um, that's for someone in very, very specifically for someone. Um, but if you are the one that this is resonating with, and you are leaving the traditional religious building, I do want to say Spirit's advice to you is to let that marinate, linger there. Let that, what did we see? We saw the between worlds. It's it's not a clean break, even though Ten of Swords here is, come back from Ten of Swords, but there's something about marinating in that energy of the shift from out of the traditional into, because like for me, I left the church in 2013, but here we are, 2025. I would say it took me 10 years. So a couple years ago, I finally saw the biggest picture for me in my faith. And because everything changed for me. Who and what God was changed. Who and what Jesus was to me changed. Yeshua and Mary Magdalene are two of my strongest guides. I work with them daily. How I viewed what the word Christian meant has seriously taken on many different new forms for me throughout this process. So you don't have to get it all at once. If you do, great. But I feel like you're still going to have adjustments and upgrades as you move through this journey, because as you open yourself up more to all that is, you're gonna need to integrate that and see, how do I want to put this, kind of like you know I don't know how to put it. It's like settling the knowledge and the wisdom, letting that settle into, how do I maneuver in this 3D 4D existence, right? As the me I'm becoming, as the me that has all of this new openness and knowledge and wisdom that's running through my veins. How do I know you're ready for this, Virgo, and you are, because that's why it's happening, because the universe is seeing that you're now vibrating and ready for the shift out of the old way of being Virgo into the new way. And Virgo is all about healing, so you are certainly on a very spiritual healing journey here, and it's about putting you first. And when I say that, I am also saying you're putting God first, or whoever it is that you believe in up there, um, or out there, wherever it is. Truth is, it's in here. I just caught myself, because that's one of the teachings Jesus is bringing through for me today. It is a reminder that Jesus is in here. It's not someone I'm praying to up there. It's in here. We all embody the Holy Spirit. That's how we breathe. That's how we live, whether you believe in God or not. There's only one way for you to have breath in your lungs, is that's through the Holy Spirit. Believe what you want, though. It's fine. I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm just saying. Again, Spirit just stopped me and went quiet. So let's get the final card here. I feel like you know what I'm talking about here, right? The outcome for Virgo from this situation. Oh, well, I'm going to take it. I've got two that flipped out. Celebration. Celebrate good time. Come on. Let's celebrate. Don't ask me to sing. You're probably back there going, oh, please don't sing, Mary Jo. Anyway, success, victory. I feel like there are going to be some that are going to be cheering you on and supporting you, but there are also going to be some that are not. That is par for the course, my friend, and welcome to the spiritual journey, because when we fully accept this assignment, we understand that there are going to be some that we've got to walk away from and don't turn back and let them, if they're pissed off, that's their journey. That's what you're reflecting back to them that they need to look at for themselves. So you just keep your head up. I do want to say, be very I'm getting this fine line, like you're really precariously walking a fine line here. Make sure you're not dipping into the shadow aspect of this, okay? Which is ego, being up on a high horse, being above everyone else. I would love to see the Six of Wands depicted in a new way in tarot, where you can tell that the rider is getting off the horse to shake the hands of the villagers to be on the same level as they're on. I would love to see somebody. I don't know. Maybe it is out there. I'm going to start looking through my decks to see what the Six of Wands looks like in my different decks. But I would love to see that, because that's kind of how I'm seeing this. It's like I'm seeing this card in motion for you, Virgo. You're getting off of this horse. You're patting the horse because that's been your guide and your best friend and your support through this whole thing. And you're putting yourself on the same level as everyone else around you. You're not superior, you're not inferior, you are equal. And when you can do that, you can, there's joy, there's celebration, there's harmony, there's camaraderie. I feel like there's a new tribe coming in for you. You're going to start attracting your tribe. The people that share the same vision, the people that have been right where you left, the same place that you left, with the Six of Swords down here. You're going to find people who have, it could even be a support group for Overdoers Anonymous, or whatever it is. But you're going to find like-minded souls, and they're going to lift you up, and you're going to lift them up. You're going to cheerlead each other through the process of breaking out of the matrix, breaking out of old ancestral patterns and thought forms and everything like that, and celebrate each other in the nurturance of each other. The nurturance of self amongst each other is like, the only way you can support one another is because you first fill your own cup, right? I don't know what else I can say. I feel like, I hope I've expressed this exactly the way Spirit needed it to come through, because I don't know if I could do it justice for what I was hearing in my field here, but you are certainly moving out of, you're even moving through the fears. You're facing them. You're like, I know that these people are going to be freaking pissed off because I'm not doing this anymore. You know what? It's like you're putting on your armor of God, and you're like, I've got to be okay with that, because there's only one way for me to save myself, and that's through, the Lord Jesus Christ, or whatever you want to, whatever is out there for you. It's just a higher power is guiding you here. very interesting because I had a different deck than this that I was using for Tauruses. I had chosen, and I love that they changed the deck because all the cards have spirit. You see the face there in the blocks? All the cards have spirit somewhere in the card showing you that you are divinely guided and protected. See the face on her torso there? Where's the face in this one? Oh, well, can't get any clearer than that. The moon. So your spirit is just guiding you beautifully in this, and you're answering the call. You're here, you heard it, you're answering it, you're like, yep, all of this doing for everybody else has got to stop because I've kind of lost. Actually, I didn't lose myself in it because I never knew myself to begin with. Now you get to find yourself. You get to discover who Virgo is becoming and who Virgo is in this moment, in each moment. And this moment here, who am I in this moment? How you maneuver this, how you stay centered, and how you stay true to yourself and to your higher power is going to be the key. It's exactly what's going to move you through this. And when you follow that, man, get ready to have the most joyous celebration. Even if you've got to do it yourself. I don't think you're going to. I really don't. I think you're going to find the right tribe. You're going to find the tribe. Your group of people who are your monad, your travelers that you're traveling with here. Be joyful. I love this. Dance. Move your body to music. Dance with the rhythm of life. Manifest your dreams through dance. And isn't that what they're doing here? Raising a cup, celebrating, dancing. Kind of, we're on the 6th of May, so Beltane May Day was just a few days ago. Dancing around the maypole. Just remember to find the joy in all of this. And if you have trouble doing that, just get up and move your body. Let your body express itself through this process, Virgo. I love this so much for you, and congratulations, because this is, I know from experience, this is not an easy process. It is and it isn't. It isn't because of the other energies that you're walking away from. But you've got this. I am so proud of you, and I know you're ready for it, Virgo. So go have some fun, right? All right. I love you so much. If you are interested in a personal reading, email will be in the description box below. I look forward to talking with you. And until next time, take care. I love you.